This is a topic that we actually haven't really covered, and it's been something that's been our bugbear probably for the last 8 weeks, guys. We're going to be open, we're going to be transparent. What's an all kind of description of some of the things we're seeing. You're putting a lot of effort into delivering your grad programs, engaging with candidates, the beautiful signs, the job boards, the videos. You're doing a lot of hard work as a graduate leader to really present your brand. But there's one thing that is irking us a little bit at the moment with the processes that we see. Sophie.
I think it's the impact that your assessors are having, particularly in that final assessment centre interview stage. As Dave said, you've done all the hard work to get the candidates to that kind of final engagement interaction. And then unfortunately, there's a lot of business representatives and stakeholders who just aren't engaged in the recruitment process and aren't really portraying the brand in the way that they should be to really promote the opportunity and sell the dream to the candidates that are involved.
We quite often, Ali, when we're doing the briefs and when we actually get the chance to do assessor training, we emphasise that they're brand ambassadors.
First and foremost.
First and foremost. They're not assessors on that. They're representing your brand.
Yep.
They're seen and perceived as trusted advisors by these candidates coming in who want to know what they do, how they do it, potential coffee buddies, potential mentors. This is how your assessors are being seen. And a lot of these candidates now are making the decision on whether to join your company or not based on this experience being at a group activity or an individual interview, assessment centre, discovery centre kind of thing. What are some, and we're going to be pretty honest here, when people have or even haven't been trained, these are some of the embarrassing, we're going to use this language, I want some cut through on this, guys. So these are some of the embarrassing things we notice, and we want you to think about how your brand looks. Yep, you think your brand is all nice and shiny, but when you're, whether face-to-face or within a Zoom virtual, some of the things we're seeing or noticing.
I think what we do see quite a bit is unprepared assessors.
Late, coming in late.
I think that's the main thing.
Dishevelled.
Because you do see candidates seeing that, and they're looking to these assessors, being really excited to get to meet them, get to know them, and they're still getting their materials ready, they're still asking questions about their role. So despite all the training...
Lack of clarity.
Yeah, most definitely. So all the training that you are doing and making sure that they are set up for success, it's really falling through the cracks when they do get in there and they're not prepared for that session. And candidates do come into the session and pick up on that. So it's really important that your assessors are really being the face of your brand and they're set up for success.
And still, you know, most of our virtual assessment centres, Sophie, are online still. Virtually is probably 90% of the market. So all the candidates get to see is 1, 2 or 3 of your assessors in a little box. Mm-hmm. And I don't even know if these assessors are aware of what they potentially, we're all at home, but still we can probably present ourselves. Yeah. What are some of the funny things you're seeing at the moment, Soph?
Gosh, we have some assessors just yawning in the middle of interviews, like they're just not engaged in the process.
Yeah, they're at home, but that's unacceptable.
Yeah, and in a face-to-face, you want to kind of replicate what you would do if it was a face-to-face interview, and that isn't going to sell your brand, it isn't going to make the candidate want to join your organisation and work with you. So I think there's just that lack of engagement and real commitment to the process.
And this is the most important day for your candidate. I don't care how important you think your stakeholders or your managers are, but for them to during an assessment centre say, oh, I've got a meeting or have to go halfway and disrupt the experience of the candidate, and their focus is on probably, they are busy. We get that they're busy.
Definitely appreciate that.
Don't get involved in this if you can't commit and give your candidate the experience that you as graduate leaders. So what we're encouraging, the biggest tips we would give would be what, Soph?
I think, as Ali said, it's that training piece up front and try and do that as far in advance as you can. The biggest thing is going to be when you're actually locking them away, get that time in their diaries and reinforce that you
their
leave
commitment
them for the duration of that session. There is be no other meetings held in that period. That's a couple of things.
And creating a reserve pool, a reserve pool of trained assessors, people that you know are going to represent your brand well. Caution. Don't bring in assessors who are probably going to disruptive and tarnish your brand, or are not aligned to the program, or haven't been trained and come in and we've all seen them. I know you're all watching going, yes, we're experiencing that, but we just wanted to bring it to the fore because we've experienced over the last couple of years. We're happy to deal with our assessors that don't shape up, and so we're very fortunate that our organisations and the people we deal with, but it's something to keep in mind on. And thank you for your great insights and for being honest on what is maybe a difficult topic. Thanks, girls. Thank you.